Welcome back. The Nifty Bank is up for the seventh straight day. It is up 8.5% over these 7 days. But how is the health of the banking sector in terms of, the older issues like unsecured loans, MFIs, credit growth, margins? To get a ground check, I have with me one of the most successful small finance banks, AU Small Finance Bank. Joining me is Managing Director Sanjay Agarwal. Sanjay, good morning. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Well, first, maybe we want to start with the clarification, something you all gave to the exchange. Clearly, the market has not heeded those rumours, but nevertheless, rumours about your CFO?
So, Latha, good morning. Thank you for inviting me again. So, I think, I would say this, that from last 4 to 5 years, once we have got into the F&O, there is something which is very, I would say, very organized. I don't know where from the whole sources, but I strongly believe that there is certain people, I don't know how to communicate, but there are something there which is very organized, who don't want AU to be successful, or who just play on the stocks of us, but they actually don't know about it, that bank is not only about stock market, right? Bank is also about trust, stability. So, and we are handling this from last 4 to 5 years, and to be very honest, Lata, nothing has come out on us, neither from the regulator, neither from any, statutory auditors, the board. We remain very strong in every sense. Of course, there would be some business issues as usual, right? But people just start talking nonsense about us, that CFO has resigned. The poor guy has been with us from last now 15, 16 years, and
Okay, no, I get that. I get your point that, once a stock comes into F&O, there can be this rumour mongering, and maybe you should take it up with SEBI or some such regulator. Let me come back to the main business of the bank. Even the third quarter, we got a bit of a disappointment in terms of the amount of slippages, in terms of the credit cost. Can you tell us how fourth quarter, I mean, we are almost at the end of the fourth quarter. There are only a few days left. So do you see an improvement, a turnaround in unsecured and MFI sectors?
So, Lata, let me give you the entire year story, because this year remained little tough, in every sense. I would say that it won't be, difficult to say this, that, it's a very reality check happened this year, because our entire system was not there available, so we had a very marginal growth kind of scenario. We had a tough time in terms of our recovery or the asset quality. So that trend continued, right? But I would say the quarter four is the best in terms of entire 4 quarters for this year. But the quarter four, as usual, remained very strong over the years. But that is not happening, right? So, but I'm very happy, because this is the way we always say that the cycles will come, right? And we need to manage all those cycles. So I would say that this year will remain tough, but the quarter four has given us little bit, I would say, the hope that the coming year would be far better than this year.
Look, can you tell us exactly what? I mean, will fourth quarter itself show lower slippages in unsecured and in MFI, or on one of the two?
So, okay. So Lata, we have 4 books, right? One is retail asset, which is around wheels, MBL, affordable housing, gold loans. There, things has remained more stronger in quarter four than quarter three, quarter two. Our commercial banking piece remain as strong as it was over the years. So we are not seeing lot many slippages there. But of course, the MFI, remain a concern area, right? And there are slippages happening. But I think the March is showing lot much promising. So I would say that the MFI pain should be over by next quarter one or quarter two of next year. We are not so big in our unsecured loans, except the credit card. So in credit card also, it's more about our internal discipline than a market which has given us little bit pain, right? So there also, I hope that next quarter one, quarter two will see lot much better performance than this quarter four.
There was an uptick even in the NPLs in the secured credit book last time. that is in Q3. Is that showing a recovery?
Yes, yes. So I would say the secured retail asset, as people were talking more about it, that there can be a contingent effect. I'm not seeing that at all. Of course, the cost of the credit cost on those assets remain elevated, but it is one of those cycles where it will be like this. But I don't see much challenge in terms of asset quality in those assets.
Okay. You don't want to give us a guidance as to how much the credit cost may be or how much the NPA may be?
I want to always want to reserve this discussion because we are at end of the March. There are still 10 days left, So we already guided, I think, in last quarter call. So I think let's wait for another 10 days, and we'll come back to you post the yearly result.
Okay. Okay, well, that's a long way. You can give us a little better guidance now. After all, you've finished 70, 80 days of this quarter. What about margins? Have you seen any fall at all in your cost of funds and therefore improvement in margins?
Sorry, Latha,
Margins. Any fall in cost of funds?
For the next year or this year?
This quarter.
Well, I think that's again in the same range. We have actually guided around 5.8, 5.9. So we'll be doing that. So overall, if you ask about this year performance, I think we are in the similar guided range, which we actually promised you a year back. So that is still in that range. We expected our ROE to be in the range of 1.5, 1.6, subject to any kind of extra provisioning we want to do on the MFI or credit card book.
Okay, why AU stood out among the other small finance banks was that you were in a region where there wasn't so much competition from the big banks or NBFCs. The South is cluttered with NBFCs and banks, and so is the West. AU had a moat, but is that moat there anymore? Or do you think competition is much stronger these days?
No, I buy this idea, honestly, that we remain strong because we operated in a non-competitive environment. I think competition is there in entire India space, be it North, be it South, be it East, be it West. So I think it's more about our whole execution, which we have done over the years. We were very sure that our retail asset need to grow, and we run actually one of the best books in there. That's a 30-year kind of franchise is there in that whole vertical. We have actually built a deposit franchise. Many people actually don't actually count our performance there, but to cross 1 lakh crore deposits, being in SFB is not a small work, in my opinion. But actually, we have built a brand there, and it's actually applied for the universal license now. But the journey remained very strong, So it's not an easy day or easy working around this space at all, Latha. We need to go and build our strategy every day, do your execution, be a sharp focus on everything. Something will go away, something will come in, but we remain very strong that AU will become one of the most important franchise in the banking industry in years to come.
Fair point. We are looking forward to what RBI has to say about our universal bank proposal. But all those questions on another day. Thank you very much for joining us, Sanjay Agarwal, with the status check on Q4. We wrap up on Bazaar. Chart process coming up.